Greetings and salutations, guys. Welcome back to WASD. We just brought you the fantastic Sill earlier, and now we're going for a completely switching game. So we're going for a stealth detective game. I'm joined by Cole. You've made Shadows of Doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want to tell us what it's about, what it is?
So Shadows of Doubt is a stealth detective game, and it's set in a procedurally generated noir city. So we've got like this whole city, and it's completely generated by the PC, and it features all these NPCs that go around doing their kind of daily lives. And within that population is a serial killer that you're trying to track down. So it's up to the player to kind of conduct their investigations and track them down.
So this is an entire open city with one murderer in it. It's
Yes.
kind of like a giant game of Guess Who.
It
Kind of
is,
just eliminating everybody.
exactly that, yeah.
But it's a bit more than that, because this is a wonderful, massive ecosystem of a city.
Yeah, so we really love developing the kind of the open world stuff, and that ecosystem is just really fun. And we found the more detail we put into each system, the more interesting it was to investigate them. So it's kind of rewarding, even if you're not really tracking down the killer. It's rewarding just to find out about all these systems in the city. There's all sorts. They have different interests, they have different jobs. They all look different. They have different classes and even illnesses and secrets and all sorts.
I think that everybody has their own life. It's this big living ecosystem. I think it's better to call it an ecosystem than an open city.
It's a good word. It is.
It's got to be better. But we've got Chris off camera looking, so I've got to explain. I've got to mention the fact that every door you can walk through.
Yes, so a big part of it is like we didn't want any kind of invisible walls. We didn't want anything that was just pretended to be there. So every door is a door to somewhere. You can go there. You might not be allowed there.
I just found that out.
Just found that out. But it's there. It's there simulated in the world. So that's kind of one of the things that we kind of designed around is that kind of everything is there. That's real in the game.
And with it being procedurally generated, is the AI different every time, or does it react to it? Because I noticed very much I just went to go check out the security room so I can get some surveillance footage. And I lockpicked my way in.
Yes.
And the security card didn't seem to mind.
Yeah.
Until I robbed it.
Yeah.
And then anyone bothered.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get right because like the AI at different levels of kind of responding to you. So if you, for example, you sneak into their office, they're not gonna like beat you up right away. But if you go into like their apartment, they probably are. So
the response
there's
is different
different response levels. So I think initially what happened was he was going to tell you to get out. Just trying to work out what the AI was doing in my head because I programmed it. But as soon as you do something a bit more drastic, they'll kind of activate the violent response.
Just kind of like, you shouldn't be here. And I'm kind of like, no, I'll take your wallet.
Yeah.
What was that like? I'm studying through this board here, and the reason I wanted to sort of explain is that the in-game menu, so like the pause menu, the notebook, if you like, where you gather all your clues, is essentially this, isn't it?
That's right. So at any point in the game you can press F and it pauses the game, and you've basically got this. Like you can pin anything in the world to it, so you can pin citizens to it, and you've got kind of like data points that you might know about them. But you can pin any item, photos, adverts, documents, anything that you think might be useful. You can just use that as your personal case book, really.
I quite like the idea that you can just kind of just sit back for a bit and just move. I'll put that there and connect that to this one. Actually, no, I'll undo that, put that there, and kind of get a different perspective on the case.
That's the idea.
So it's not really much violence, is there, in this either? It's not like you're finding a murder in a dystopian city. It's not like let's go murder down people.
We didn't. It's kind of it starts just getting a bit complicated from a game design point of view. If you actually let the person you're trying to, if you let the player try and kill people because you're trying to track down a killer and it doesn't really feel right because you're murdering people on the way to track down a killer.
You've got someone who killed someone, you killed 20 people on your way to getting them.
Exactly, it felt a bit wrong. So you can use brute force, but you can't actually kill people. But you can knock them out. So that is a valid way to play the game, but it is mostly focused around stealth. So you kind of want to be sneaky for most of this, sneaking around in the shadows, breaking in, and then exiting without being known properly.
So where did the inspiration for Shadows of Doubt come from?
So a mixture of things. I think one of the biggest ones was probably like a board game. It was Sherlock Holmes Consultant Detective, which if you've not played it, is a board game and there's preset cases, and it has a city directory, and you can choose where to go. And it's that element of like choosing where to go next is what I really loved. And it had this massive directory, and you couldn't actually visit all the places, but it felt like you could. So I wanted to make a game where you could actually go to all these places. That's kind of where it spawned. But in terms of games, I really love kind of immersive sims, so like Deus Ex and Thief, that kind of thing. I love that kind of like choice-driven gameplay where you're trying to sneak around. But it's really kind of up to you how you approach it. So kind of those two things are probably like the biggest influences behind it. Like Sherlock Holmes, Consulting Detective, and Deus Ex. I'd say that kind of describes what I'm going for. It's quite ambitious. But
And you've been at this quite a while. It's been quite a long development, so I think it's 5.5 years.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. So it started out as it's a very ambitious, complex project. So yeah, it's taken us a while. It started out as something completely different. It started out as a management game actually, and one day I dropped a first-person camera into it, and it kind of evolved from there. Like it was more fun for the player to do these things, managing detectives. So it kind of evolved from there, and it's been fun to see, really.
You've got the demo here today. Does that mean you're close to a final finished product, or is that some way off yet?
I can't say, I'm sorry. It's going well. We will be talking about it soon, but I can't say today.
So if everyone wants to keep up with it, where can they find? And where can they find you, where can they follow up on all that?
Yeah, sure. If you go to shadows.game, you can find all our links there. We've got Discord, we've got a Steam page. I do development blogs pretty regularly. I think I'm up to about 30 of them now, so you can go back and listen to me talking about all this stuff if you like. So yeah.
That's brilliant. I look forward to seeing this, because I've only had a little play on it there, but I get a gist of what it is, but it seems that there's a lot more to it than what you can play in like 15 minutes at an expo.
Yes.
There seems to be a lot more to be discovered
yes,
there. Like, this is the way it's like, right, thanks for the game, but I'll get back to you in a week. I look forward to getting more hands on with this as time goes by. But in the meantime, thank you very much, Carl.
Amazing.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.